Hi everyone, this is just going to be kind of a quick video of me giving my thoughts on Michael Bay and Transformers and explaining why I don't plan on seeing Transformers Age of Extinction this weekend. Alright, so what do I think of the infamous Michael Bay? Well, I don't hate him. I do know that some people, they refer to him as essentially the Antichrist of cinema. I wouldn't quite go that far, although he is quite lazy and is quite offensive in some of his work. I don't think he's quite the worst, because I do think he has made some decent films, such as Bad Boys, The Island, and the original Transformers. But one thing I do want to mention before I move on is that I did see at least half of Pain and Gain, and from what I saw, I did not believe it was quite as bad as everyone was claiming it to be, because I actually found it to be a quite enjoyable satire. Now, although I don't believe it was anything great by any means, I don't think it was quite terrible either. But going back to Michael Bay, one thing that always has to be said when discussing Michael Bay is his three primary perversions, which are explosions, cars, and girls. And one of the many things that have always bothered me about the Michael Bay films is how he treats women, how he objectifies them, and kind of treats them as if they're kind of like cars. I mean, he kind of shoots them in the way how he shoots cars. In Michael Bay films, there are many gratuitous shots, gratuitous scenes where he'll have females running around in short skirts, short shorts, wearing high heels, and they'll have makeup that always looks perfect. Even if they're in some kind of apocalyptic mess, wasteland, or whatever, they always look as if they're going to some kind of Maxim photo shoot. And the female characters in his films, they never get any kind of character development, they never have any kind of depth, no substance, nothing whatsoever. They're just there to serve as sexual objects, and that's it, unfortunately. And not only that, but there are shots in the Transformers movies that parents take their kids to go see that contain straight up upskirt shots. I mean, honestly, it's like the guy cannot contain himself. And look, this is not coming from some kind of religious or conservative aspect. This is coming from somebody who has a great respect for women and is sick and tired of seeing women being treated as sexual objects in TV, movies, music, video games, or any other kind of medium. Now, I'll be honest, I like looking at women as much as any other guy out there, but there's a time, there's a place, and there's a way to do it. And I'm completely okay with it as long as the context of the scene is right for it. But when you're starting to mix straight up erotica with cinema, that's when I think you start to run into sort of a problem. Which now brings me to say this: if Michael Bay wants to keep on doing what he's doing, why not just quit filmmaking and become a porn director? Because at least in this way, yes, he might have some limitations in terms of budget, but at least in this way, he won't have any limitations in terms of censorship. He'll be able to do whatever he pleases, just go crazy, go wild, just do it, you know? At least this way, he'll be opening the door for people who actually want to make real films, while also furthermore serving his audience. And I'll be honest, if Michael Bay were to actually direct a porno, I would definitely watch it, because that would be one of the most original, most interesting pornos in the history of pornography, I assure you. Or at least in the terms of the mainstream. So Michael, I know you're watching this video, so do us all a favor. Switch to porn, please. Switching things up slightly, I'm now going to talk about why I don't plan on seeing Transformers this weekend. Now, one of the main reasons I don't plan on seeing Transformers this weekend, and this is kind of my philosophy I use for every film I decide to see or not to see, is because of this. Now, I don't always necessarily abide by this rule, because in short, if I want to go see a film, I'm going to go see a film. Regardless of the Metascore and the tomato meter, it doesn't matter. But the biggest reason I don't plan on seeing Transformers Age of Extinction this weekend is because of, albeit I did enjoy the first one, the second one I thought was terrible, and the third one is a film I downright loathed. Now, one thing I want to say before I go on to say what I'm about to say is that the people who have enjoyed the Transformers movies, at least 2 out of the 3, if you're somebody who has enjoyed those movies and you plan on seeing Age of Extinction this weekend, that's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. I'm not one of those film enthusiast that tries to shove my opinions down everyone's throat saying, you gotta like this movie, you can't like this movie, or whatever. No, that's not what a film enthusiast does. That's totally asinine. My problem is that you have some of these kids, some of these teenagers, some of these young adults who plan on seeing Transformers Age of Extinction this weekend, even though that they've hated, if not all, most of the Transformers movies. They've seen the previous films, they've seen the ratings, yet at the same time though, they're going to go see this film anyway, because either one, they want to see the film because they want to have the right to bash it, which there are indeed people out there like that, which doesn't make any sense, or 2, they want to see it because they want to see it, then they're going to come out and say the same damn thing that they said about the other films, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense either. And this is a problem because when you're paying for a ticket to go see a movie, you're not just paying for a ticket. You're voting with your dollars. And when you're voting with your dollars, you're saying like, hey, I want to see more of this movie. So you're going to get more of that movie. So don't be disappointed when you get more of that movie. That's why everybody was praising Edge of Tomorrow, saying that you have to go see this because it was a movie that actually took a chance for once. But unfortunately, the movie underperformed. So when you see a bad movie, you really have nobody to blame but yourself. I will end on this though. I do plan on seeing Transformers Age of Extinction at some point in the future. However, it will be a viewing that does not require payment. I'm Colin Kirkland, and thank you so much for watching.